Well, I think what I'd like to say is instead of telling a story of problems, I'd like to tell a story of progress because I think oftentimes we forget how much progress has been made, and in the area of race relations in particular. So I'd like to focus on the positive if I could. I'm 50 years old, and so that kind of puts me like right in the middle. I've seen some extreme racial prejudice, and I've seen some extreme racial progress. I'll give you an example of what I mean. My dad was born in 1908, and he lived in a very, very highly segregated environment. And this was up north in Chicago, so I don't want you to think it's just in the South that these things took place. He was limited to where he could live. He was limited to the type of education he could receive. He was limited to the types of jobs he could hold. He wanted to be an electrician, and he was unable to become licensed because he was African American. So there were a lot of things that people could not do around the turn of the century in World War II. I came along in the 60s and 70s, and there were a lot of, and I was a direct beneficiary of a lot of civil rights movements. I was the first in my family to go to college, and when I got married, we were able to move to an integrated community, which was unheard of in my parents' time. And my son, who is 14 years old, has never lived in a predominantly African American community. He's never gone to a predominantly African American school. He has had infinitely more choices than my dad did as a 14-year-old. And so while we have still a ways to go, I just want to affirm that we have come very, very far in our race relations, and it's something that we all can be proud of.